Hey guys, welcome to Protein Treats by Nutracelle. I'm Melanie Wildman, and I've lost over 100 pounds and managed to keep it off by eating the kinds of foods that I'm sharing with you today. So what I love doing is taking food that's super unhealthy and turning it into really healthy, yummy versions that help you stay full for hours. So today we are making egg rolls. So my husband loves Chinese food, and especially he loves egg rolls, but they're so full of all sorts of stuff that's not good for us. There's MSG, there's tons of carbohydrates, there's often added sugars if you're getting it from any sort of restaurant or takeout. So I've been working for quite a while, quite a few months, trying to come up with a way to make an egg roll that had the right taste, that was crispy on the outside, and that of course used tons of fiber, tons of protein, and had almost no carbohydrates or additives. So guess what? I'm so excited to show you guys how easy this is to put together. Now all you're going to need is our crepe recipe to start. So I'm going to put the link to the crepe recipe in the description below. These are super easy to make. They only need really 2 ingredients and a splash of water. So you're going to use our natural Nutralean and half a cup of egg whites. Couldn't be any easier. So you see these guys, these are going to become our wrapper for our egg rolls. Now to make the inside, it's the easiest part ever. So what I have here is coleslaw mix. You know those bags of salads and veggies you get? You can get ones that are just full of shredded carrot and shredded cabbage. So this is one of those bags, and all I'm going to do is go ahead and saute it. Now I'm going to saute it in some olive oil, and you're going to notice that it's going to lose a lot of its bulk here. So it looks like you've got tons. It won't be that much once we start to cook it up. Now I've also got some ground pork here. Now you don't have to have that. I've made these without ground pork that are just vegetarian, and they're super delicious on their own. But I do have some ground pork here with you guys today. I already fried it up in the frying pan, but I'm going to add that in with all of my cabbage, and then I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of soy sauce. You can use a healthier soy sauce if you have one on hand, and a little bit of garlic and some ginger to taste, and that's it. That's all you guys need, along with our natural Nutralean. So let's get started making this. Just gonna add in my garlic, add in my ginger, a little bit of garlic powder here. If you have fresh powder, or if you have fresh garlic, go ahead and use that instead because it's way better. And as it heats up and starts to lose some of its bulk, some of its size, just go ahead and keep adding in a little bit more of your grated coleslaw. And then you can add in about a tablespoon of water here, and about the same in soy sauce. So I'm gonna add about a tablespoon. It's up to you. If you like a little more soy sauce, then you can obviously add a little bit more, but I find this is pretty good to get that flavor that you really want. Once your cabbage is nice and reduced here, and you can tell that it's starting to become a little bit translucent, you can go and add in your cooked ground pork if you want. Now you don't have to use ground pork. You could use ground chicken. You could even use ground turkey, or even shrimp would taste really good. But I'm using a little bit of ground pork right now. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in to taste. I'm putting about a little over a cup in. And the secret to making the filling super filling, so you stay full for hours, is going to be to add natural Nutralean. So all I'm going to do is take a scoop of natural Nutralean just like this, and I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle it right over the top here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to keep stirring and let that blend all the way in. It'll blend away really quickly, don't worry, and it won't affect the flavor at all. It's just going to give you that prebiotic fiber you need to help repair your gut flora, so you're healthier and you stay full longer. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit over here, and then I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make the actual wrappers. Okay, so the secret to our wrappers is our crepe recipe. And all we're going to do is turn these into little squares. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of cut the sides off a little bit, just like this, so that they form a bit of a square. They don't have to be a perfect square, so you don't have to cut too much off, but just a little bit, because it's gonna make it a lot easier and nicer to roll. So just like that, it's not a perfect square, but it's pretty close. Okay, so all you're going to do now is take your mixture that you've done, and you're gonna put a couple of tablespoons right along your wrapper, just like this. Now the two things that you're going to need when you do this is some leftover egg white that you're gonna use to seal your edges, and then some sesame oil. And we're gonna go ahead and brush the sesame oil on before we put it in the oven. I'm gonna show you how easy this is to do. So now that we have our insides right here, I'm gonna compress them a little bit so that they kind of squish down really nice. And then I'm gonna take my corner here and I'm gonna wrap it all the way around nice and tight, and then kind of pull back on it just like this, so you're squishing everything down. So wrap it, push down, and pull back a little bit so you get it nice and compressed. And then just like you were folding a letter, I'm gonna take the corner here and I'm gonna turn it right over the side, and I'm gonna dip my finger in the egg white, just like that, so that it helps to stick. And then the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna take it, fold it just like you would a letter. Use a little bit of egg white to get that stickiness down. And then I'm gonna fold it right over the top, just like this, all the way around. And look at that, we have a perfect little egg roll. I'm gonna set that on there, and then we're gonna dip our little brush right into the sesame oil, and then we're just gonna brush it with some sesame oil, and that's what's gonna give it that really amazing taste and flavor, just like you get in the restaurants. I've used about half my filling, so I'm gonna have to make up some more crepes, but as you can see, this does about 10 really nice sized egg rolls. I'm gonna get these into my oven at 425 degrees, and I'm gonna cook these puppies for about 20 minutes. And there we go. These smell so amazing. It smells just like an amazing Chinese restaurant in here, except we've got all healthy food. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here. I think what I'm gonna do is actually cut it with a knife because it's gonna be super hot. You can see the steam coming off of them, but look at this. Absolutely delicious, yummy pork and cabbage stuffed. Absolutely yummy, delicious, homemade. Couldn't have been any easier. And you guys, these are so healthy for you. You don't have to order in Chinese anymore. You can have filling, yummy, decadent, and oh so delicious, yummy food right in your own kitchen. I think we should give this a taste test. What do you think? These are so good. Oh, my family is gonna go crazy at supper tonight for these. These are absolutely so delicious. The flavor is exactly like what you would get in a restaurant. You've got nice crispy on the outside thanks to the sesame oil that we put on, and oh my goodness, these are so good. These are a hit. Okay, you guys, make sure you subscribe, comment below, and tell me what recipes you want me to turn into healthy superfoods for you. And check out some of our amazing viewers and some of the yummy recipes that they've been making that we've been doing on the show. All right, you guys, I will see you all back here next week for some yummy protein treats. Bye, guys.